All right, so we're working on that backhoe, and I got this bottom gasket kit. This came from Quality Tractor Supply, and those are the reference numbers there. So anyway, this is the FT 110 backhoe loader. So that's the injector pump that we had to take off, and apparently it wasn't priming, it wasn't building up the pressure. So this is the new pump. I got it pretty much timed according to the specs on the operator's manual. I got the notch here lined up with the 0 there, and also on the inside we got those timing gears. So all those things are very important. I'm jumping inside this engine compartment now. So I got all this cleaned up, got the old gasket material off. Pretty much marked these. You had to put that big pulley harmonic balancer bolt back through here in order to rotate the engine. So that's what I did. I'll be taking that off, and I'll put that balancer, that big pulley in there, back on there. Anyway, if you can see here, they wanted these two notches to be lined up. So I marked that with a marker. They wanted these notches here to be lined up, and it's not a notch over here on that. That's the that's my pump for my hydraulic for my brakes. So that's the pump that supplies the brakes there. But anyway, it wasn't a gear there, so that's cool. And this is the third one that need to be lined up. So it's a notch in there, and I marked that notch, and it's lined up with the notch. So that was the most important stuff right here. So what happens is piston number 1 need to be top dead on center, and by doing what the manufacturer operator's manual book tells you, the repair manual, line these up. Piston number 1 should be dead on center. 0 to pump out with that notch there, and we can rotate it degrees up or down, whichever way we may need it, if we gotta speed up the flow or whatever, or slow down the flow. So right now, like I said, I just got this gasket material cleaned off, so we're gonna move forward. I got a few notches right here that help position that gasket in place. So we're gonna make sure we got this gasket on the right side. Then we're gonna put our silicone on it, put it up to the block here, and then we're gonna move forward, clean up the plate that goes on top, the face plate. Then we should be able to get everything bolted down, and we're just kind of working with a sequence. We don't want to put too much pressure on one side, but we're gonna go ahead and run that bead to seal it. Give it about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. Then we got another bearing that we got to put on, for that plate. It came with the kit, so we might as well. The manufacturer said, recommended that we go ahead and replace that as well. So we're gonna let this tack up. So let that silicone tack up on that gasket. This is gonna go to the engine block here, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this seal here. It's almost like a rear main seal, like a transmission shaft seal. And so anyway, we're gonna get this one out. It looks good, but I'm gonna press that one out and just get a big socket and kind of just tap it, and it should drop out. And then we'll put this one in, and in reverse order. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this surface right here from that original gasket, And then probably what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put some seal on this very carefully, because I don't want to lose these bolt locations. All these bolts are different sizes, different lengths. You know, so we wanna stay consistent with what we got here. You know, so anyway, that's where we are. I don't want to lose that, so I'm gonna be very careful. If I turn that upside down, you know, be very careful not to lose anything. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. It's almost like, it seemed like there was no seal on this side here. And just that seal that I have on there, that's gonna go against that block, will probably be enough to put a little back pressure on this and you know, seal anything. But you can definitely be extra precautious and put seal on this surface as well, and then you for sure got a tight seal. My first idea was that I wanted to paint the other side of this since I had it off, but never got a chance to. So I'm gonna have to forego that idea right now. It's aluminum, so it's not gonna rust or anything, but I definitely did want to put a coat of paint on it, but it's all right. This is the Genesis, engine, the Ford Genesis engine, and it's 4-cylinder diesel turbo, rated at 100 horsepower. It's a good engine. It don't miss a beat when she's running. Strong and powerful. And then the next step, we'll take that gas tank completely off, and we'll go through it, turn it upside down, put some heat on this bolt on the drain plug. That way we can drain that sediment out, any other maybe water and trash that may be in there. Trying to be careful not to lose any of our bolt locations. And this is soft metal, so you got to try to, you don't want to try to gouge it if we can avoid that. And when I first went to attempt to take this off, this front cover off the engine. I had all these taken out and I just could not figure out. And I had a hinge, but before I got to that hinge, I was kind of like taking it off, trying to get it out of there, and it was definitely fighting me. So what I did was, I said, before I break this, I said, let me go up under there and take off, you know, those front bolts on that oil pan. And lo and behold, that was the last component that was holding it. And the manufacturer, they didn't say anything about that step. I think they probably assumed if you was doing this type of job, you probably was already you already had the engine or at least the oil pan off. So you know, so I'm going to assume that. Let me see. What am I looking for? Okay, get some carb cleaner. Okay. Alright, let's go see if we got a bolt this size, a socket this size. It need a washer. All right, so this is where we are so far. We got the pump back in place. I got my clear fuel lines so I can see what's going on, make sure I don't have contaminated fuel circulating through that engine. Filter is back in place. All the hard lines are connected, and we're pretty much primed. You know, we primed up all the air out of the system. So that's where I'm at, and this is how you continue to prime. So I'm pretty good. That ball there is nice and firm, and that's what you want. So what we got to do is crank this engine over a few rotations, because I'm sure we still have air in these lines here. These are the lines that's leading to the injectors. I still don't have the air cleaner filter on right now, so we're just gonna hold off on that and make sure that we you know, that our times are doing good, all our gears are doing good, the engine is running. We may have to make an adjustment on our throttle cable on our pump, you know, which is back in that area. A few of these adjuster bolts, but as of right now, this is pretty much plug and play, you know, from the factory, and that's what we decided to do. The local injector shop, they didn't want to touch that injector, the injector pump. So like I said, I got that to them before Thanksgiving. So this machine has been down for quite some time. I need this machine up and running. I left this off for right now. This is the fan, and then the fan shard, or the housing or protecting for the fan, you know. So I left that off for right now, just to make sure this engine is going to fire up. Then once I know it's going to fire up and it's running pretty good, then I'll go ahead and assemble everything. But it makes no sense to assemble it all if you're going to have to break it down. So that's my hopes, that I won't have to break it down.